bring in Trump campaign press communications director Erin Perrine. She joins us now. Erin, good morning to you. So what is the mood inside the Trump campaign just 8 days out now?
Well, we feel like the president is in a great position to win again come 8 days from now. It's hard to believe the election is so close. Listen, we've got the ground game. We've got the largest political grassroots movement that has ever existed in politics, with over 2.5 million trained and activated volunteers who have made over 156 million voter contacts. The gold standard used to be the Obama re-election with 2.2 million volunteers and 150 contacts. We've got 8 days to go. Our voters, our supporters are energized and engaged, and we're ready to win this thing for the president.
Real Clear Politics average for Pennsylvania still shows Joe Biden leading by more than 5% as we head into just a week before Election Day, Erin. The president's spending a lot of time on the ground there today, 3 campaign stops, 3 MAGA rallies, and he is making this case against Joe Biden on his own words on fracking. Here's the president.
He said for a year, there will be no fracking. And then he got through that, and he goes to Pennsylvania, and he says you can frack. And then he denied it in the debate. In one of the better parts of the debate, he said he's getting rid of it. So I think Pennsylvania is going to, he will not let you frack. It's not him. His party will never let you frack.
So what is the case that he is making to voters on the ground there, obviously referencing back to a big moment on the debate stage last week there, Erin?
Well, President Trump has been saying this all along, that Joe Biden is an extremist, an environmental extremist. That would cost, banning fracking would cost 600,000 jobs in Pennsylvania, and that economy, $261 billion. That's economic devastation for Pennsylvanians. And listen, Joe Biden likes to try and talk out of both sides of his mouth, and then he calls Trump supporters chumps. Pennsylvanians are chumps to Joe Biden. That's not a winning message for Pennsylvanians. They want energy independence. They want good jobs, and they know they've got both of those with President Trump at the helm.
58.6 million ballots have been cast. A lot of talk about the huge turnout so far for this election. Is that a good or bad thing for President Trump?
The more people who are involved in the electoral process in the United States is a good thing for every American. And we know where our voters are and how we will get them out. That grassroots army I talked about, this is the work they have been doing for weeks to get voters out, if that means absentee, early in person, or getting them ready to go on Election Day. Part of our data operation on the early stages of this was to say, how do you plan to vote? And being able to support people and being able to do that. The more people involved, the better.
On Friday, the United States hit a single day record for new coronavirus cases, topping 83,000. Then on Sunday, Mark Meadows, chief of staff, said this, Erin.
We're not going to control the pandemic. We are going to control the fact that we get vaccines, therapeutics, and other mitigation.
Why aren't we going to get control of the pandemic?
Because it is a contagious virus, just like the flu.
Yeah, but why not make efforts to contain it?
What we need to do is make sure that we have the proper mitigation factors, whether it's therapies or vaccines or treatments, to make sure that people don't die from this.
Erin, as Politico put it this morning, entering in the final week of your campaign, President Trump just cannot escape these facts. So does it help to be saying things like that? And how can the president tell the American people, especially the undecided voter, that he is the right candidate to carry us through this pandemic, considering it is just not over yet?
President Trump has done, not only in word but in action, more work than Joe Biden would have ever done facing this pandemic. Let's remember, at the end of January, when the president stopped inbound flights and was raising the flag about the coronavirus during the State of the Union address, maybe Democrats forgot about that because Nancy Pelosi was pulling political stunts by ripping the speech up. President Trump has done absolutely everything: surging resources, PPE and ventilators, and testing for a novel virus, a brand new virus. We have made testing capabilities available, and we will have a vaccine in record time thanks to President Trump's leadership and Operation Warp Speed. We know Joe Biden would say no to all of that, and we know Joe Biden is an unmitigated failure when it comes to standing up to contagions like this. H1N1, they depleted the national stockpile.
He continues to hammer the president hard on his handling of the pandemic. That's what we continue to see on the campaign trail. Speaking of that, Joe Biden will be campaigning in Georgia tomorrow. tomorrow. We know Kamala Harris will be on the ground in Texas on Friday. Two reliably red states. You can put the latest Real Clear Politics average for those two states up on the screen. In Georgia, the president leading with a slim margin. Clearly, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and their ticket see opportunity in these traditionally red states. Are you concerned?
No, we're not concerned. And it's really funny that there's any notion that Joe Biden sees opportunity anywhere other than the basement in Delaware he is hanging out in again today. We have 8 days to the election. President Trump is nonstop. Our team is nonstop across the country. I'm in Wisconsin now. The vice president will be out there, the first family, the second lady. We are aggressive. And let's be honest here. Joe Biden and Democrats aren't actually serious about Texas and Georgia. They're not putting the actual resources in there necessary to move the needle at all. This is just a waste of their money and their time, actually. But hey, if that's their campaign strategy, is to try and get their bad candidate out of his basement every once in a while to give a speech and belittle the American people when he gets a chance in states where he's got no shot, sure, have at it.
All right, Erin, from the Trump campaign joining us this morning. As always, we welcome the Biden campaign to send us anyone our way. We invite them daily. Erin, thank you.